This visit is all about the United States and India turning things around. For decades, the dialogue was never as close as hoped. Now they're walking in step. President Biden granted Prime Minister Narendra Modi a lavish state dinner, the centerpiece of an American tour that both men say is about forging an alliance that will define this century.
Two great friends, two great nations, and two great powers. Cheers.
As the two teetotalers toasted with ginger ale and water, both spoke about their shared values. But this visit was also about a shared approach to China.
A shared concern about a rising China's assertive behavior and a sense that the US and India need to work together to both shape a favorable balance of power in the Indo-Pacific, deter China, offer alternatives to other countries in the region, and build each other's resilience. If those didn't exist, you wouldn't see this level of visit.
Treading carefully around China is crucial. This week, Xi Jinping was no longer left waiting for US Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
Good afternoon.
Who'd cancelled his February visit to China because of the alleged spy balloon. As America seeks to repair the relationship, it also wants to build trade and defense deals as a balance against Beijing. And so enter India, who last year held joint military drills with the US along India's border with China. Tensions have risen between Delhi and Beijing after a number of skirmishes between their troops in the Himalayas.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister of the Republic of India.
With China's threat growing and India wanting to become a bigger global player, this is an opportunity for Modi the statesman.
Together, we shall demonstrate that democracies matter and democracies deliver.
But as Congress stood to applaud Modi, this was the same hall where exactly 6 months ago they rose for Ukraine's President Zelensky. India hasn't condemned Russia's invasion, another sign of how, despite the red carpet treatment, there are differences.
Landing at Palam Airport, he received a warm welcome from India's President Prasad.
During the Cold War, despite President Eisenhower's best efforts, India remained neutral, staying out of Western affairs after its own experience of colonization. Delhi did have close ties with Moscow, which continue today, with much of India's oil and defense equipment coming from Russia.
Thank you for being here, and welcome back to the White House.
But Biden might hope this week's sale of US drones to Delhi could help nudge Modi away from Vladimir Putin.
India just doesn't like being over-dependent on any country. It doesn't matter who it is, whether it's from the West or Russia. And so you'd already seen an attempt where, if you look at the last 10 years before the Russian invasion, in the first 5 years of those, India was importing almost 73% of its imports of military equipment was coming from Russia. It had already come down to below 50% in the previous 5 years.
Critics will question Biden being so close to a prime minister once banned from the US. 20 years ago, he was denied a US visa after the massacre of Muslims in Gujarat. Modi was the then chief minister and was accused of standing by and doing nothing. And those accusations continue under his premiership. Modi's Hindu nationalism is being blamed for this violence in Uttarakhand, where far-right Hindu groups are forcing Muslims to leave their homes and businesses. And elsewhere, there's been an uptick in lynchings and floggings against Muslims. This, once again, in Modi's home state of Gujarat. And so from visa ban to state banquet, but Modi defended his record.
We've always proved that democracy can deliver. And when I say deliver, that's regardless of caste, creed, religion, gender. There's absolutely no space for discrimination.
Modi has reasons to feel content. Earlier this week, he took part in International Yoga Day. In the grounds of the UN's New York headquarters, it was a PR win for a man accused of not upholding human rights. As a visit full of high ceremony comes to an end, critics question America's commitment to the global fight for democracy as they cozy up to an alleged Indian autocrat. But this was never just about values, but two men trying to be the biggest players on the international stage.